Welcome to the Palace of Megapixels. This is Super Mega Crash Brothers Turbo.
Welcome to Super Mega Crash Brothers Turbo. I'm your host, Stephen White, and with me, as always, is Todd Stark.
Happy July 6th.
It is July 6th. It's a couple of days after Independence Day.
This is my Independence Day. It's Friday.
Well,
it's Friday,
yeah,
it's not
yeah,
Wednesday.
it's Friday.
Like, I move all my holidays to the adjoining Friday, and I party that weekend.
Yeah, that would make more sense than being off on a Wednesday, but, you know, what are you going to do?
I came home, I came to work on Thursday, and I was saying, it was like, what y'all do this weekend? My brain was like, it's Monday, but it's Thursday.
I think mine did that too.
Where
you're like, this is not Monday, but it feels like Monday for whatever reason. But even Wednesday didn't feel like a Wednesday. It felt like a Sunday.
That's exactly what we said all day. It felt like Sunday. Wish I had one more day. Mm-hmm. Now we got it. I'm ready to go.
Now you do. Did you have a good 4th, though?
Yeah. I got all my fingers and toes.
That's good.
I did, however, get eat up by mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Like, these mosquitoes, they go down here to Anytime Fitness and work out.
Yeah.
Because they were jacked. Like, I swear one of them was walking around like bowed out.
Nice.
They suck, though.
I bet he did.
I mean, he literally sucked both ways. I think I counted 16 bites on me. Uh-huh. Peyton had them all over her face. I think they just quit spraying for them.
Perhaps.
I remember when we were little, they drove around in that truck and they just fogged everything. Mm-hmm. We drove behind shit, you know?
They realized it killed a lot of people and things.
I think it really did kill a lot of people.
I got them sick, maybe. Okay.
I don't even buy into that.
You just don't care. You just you want it sprayed down.
The thing is, they said, we got to have money. And they said, what can we cut? That.
Yeah, we don't need that.
Y'all go get your own damn mosquito spray. That's what they put the bill on us.
That's fair. I mean, in a way.
I don't know. I think it did better when they sprayed.
All right. Well, what have you been playing?
Oh, God. I feel like I played everything this weekend or this week. See? This weekend.
Well, I understand what you mean.
Yeah. This week I've been playing a lot. I finished Detroit Become Human.
Okay.
And loved the ending. I loved my ending. I don't know how much. I want to go back and do it again. And I think I can go back and just play chapters. Mm-hmm. But I want to go back and change a few things and see what I would have done. Because there was times in this game, probably more than like Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls, where my timer just ran out. I didn't know what to pick because I didn't know what choice I wanted to make. It was that for one, I was that into the character that I was picking for. Actually, all of them were good, even Connor. And I don't know, I had more so than the other two. I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. It was great. Great
That's
feeling.
Good.
Then the ending I had, even though I feel like it could have been better, I chose it. That was my ending. I did it. And I feel like you have a lot more choices now too. And well, I can't say I don't know how it goes. I don't know the other endings, but just it looks like there's a lot more could happen.
Sure.
For your other choice. So I'm excited to see what that is. I'll let you borrow it if you want to. You can take it and I'll do it later.
No, you can go ahead and finish it.
No, I gotta go. I gotta move on. I'm gonna have to come back to that.
Well, I think you need to continue on because I'm already in the middle of my own game. It's gonna take me a while.
What game is it?
I'm playing Metal Gear Solid 5.
Oh yeah, you told me that earlier.
And I have been playing it all week, and I think my completion rate is currently sitting at 6 or 7 because there's so much to do. I didn't realize it at the time, but there were just so many different facets to it that I've been trying to do the missions, but I've been doing side missions. I've been doing these other things.
The side missions are so much fun.
Yeah. I think because you're not constrained to just doing that and being done with the side missions, you can say, okay, well, I can go take care of that one, then I can ride over that way and take care of that one, and then just kind of do them all at once. While you're out, you might as well.
Right.
You just kind of stick to that. Now, I made a fatal mistake yesterday trying to clean up side missions before I moved on and got myself in the middle of a mission. like a story mission, because I got, for anybody that's played, I'm sure everybody has played this by now. I'm late to the party, but if you don't, then spoilers, but I don't really feel like it's a spoiler. Whatever, I don't care. I was riding up north, I think it was. I saw that there was a mission and a base, and I was like, well, I guess I need to get up there. And I got to this area, and I was like, I've never been up here. And it looked like ruins.
Right.
And I remember hearing about a sniper, that was offing people and hunting them down. And I was like, well, I haven't seen this person. So it was out of my mind. So I come up across these ruins, I walk in there, and the next thing I know, I got a target on my head. Pow! And I was like, oh, shit. And I jumped down and ducked, and I was like, what is going on? And then a story cutscene started saying that was the sniper coming after me. I was like, well, son of a bitch. And then it went into Mission 11. I was like, damn it, I was trying to go do something.
That is cool how that happens, though.
Yeah. So that was unexpected.
I really feel that is Death Stranding.
You could, or at least a basis to it, maybe?
Yes. Yeah, not story-wise, no. There's going to be guns and there's going to be stealth. We know that. But I feel like just the thing you said, no constraints. Mm-hmm. I really feel like that's how it's going to be. There's going to be a world with no constraints.
And see, I've always had kind of an issue with the Metal Gear Solid franchise. I mean, I've played one or two.
Right.
Like, I know the one I completed from beginning to end, it was not easy by no means, was the original Metal Gear Solid, but it was the Twin Snakes version that was on the GameCube.
Right.
And I dug it, it was a good game, but I just never found myself wanting to go back to the franchise because that whole sneaky stealth, the way they did it there, I don't know, it was just like slow moving, and it was already slow moving with the cutscenes because every cutscene was like 30 minutes long, and it was like, geez, come on, I want to play the game. With this game, you get that stealth, sneaky aspect, but they give you options to do so much more. You don't have to be stealthy. You can be guns a-blazing. You get penalized if you're not.
It's so tough.
But they set it up to where you have the option to do whatever you want, but you're going to be better off if you're sneaky, but, do it however you want. And just understand that it's going to get tough. Because the first thing I started to notice, and I remember them saying this, is how they start to adapt to you. Mm-hmm. So I remember hitting this one base late at night one time. And I obliterated it. I tore that place apart. And then I come back, and these sons of bitches have night vision goggles on. I was like, you sons of bitches. And sniper rifles. Because I was picking them off from a distance. So they sized me up, and it was like, all right, we'll be ready for him if he ever comes back again. And I was like, well, damn, that was kind of clever. So the way that it kind of adapts to your gameplay is clever.
Yeah. So then you would probably have to sneak in and get them up close because they're looking out far.
Sure. So
is that how you did it?
I'm trying to remember. I think the last time that I had to go in there, I was looking for a particular commander. It was like one with a beret or something like that. And you got to go in there and you got to take him out. And I think I was trying to, I think the mission was pick him off from like 100 yards with a sniper rifle.
Right.
And I was like, all right, I'll just find him on the map. Because what was funny about it is the first time I tried doing that, I came down there, I was looking all over for him, couldn't find him, and then I ran down thinking there was nobody around me. Son of a bitch was standing right below where I was standing that whole time.
Yeah.
So he saw me there. Everything went into chaos, and then I was just like, well, crap, and I died. So the second time when I came back after the retry, I just pegged him and then took off. I got an S rank for it. I was like, that was easy.
Yeah.
But I didn't get the 100 meters because I was too close.
Right.
So I wanted to go back and try to get the 100 meters. Well, the second time I thought, he'll be sneaking around. Bullshit. He was right in the middle of the facility, hiding in a building the whole time and had everyone marked but him. And I was like, where is he? Where is this guy? I can't find him. And then finally I had to just get up in there and find him.
Get up. You had to get dirty.
I had to get all dirty, and I think I had tagged and snuck by every single soldier in that damn facility, and then as soon as I got in there, he spotted me, and I was like, well, that's just great. So it was just like the whole thing that I did just to get him pegged, because that's all I was trying to do was tag him so I can move out. And he saw me, and then everyone went apeshit crazy trying to shoot me. But I did peg him.
You did peg him.
I went back out, and I took the shot. But it was
game
just
is great, man.
But it's just little things like that. It was like, come on, like you feel like you got it, and then they take it away from you. It's just frustrating, but I still want to keep doing it. Like it just makes me want to go back and do it more. It's like, what am I doing wrong? I'm going to correct that. I'm going to get in there. I'm going to tear it up.
Right.
Because I told you about that one base that I went in there, and I retried so many times. It took me an hour and a half to finally do, but I did it, and now I know a perfect way to get in there.
Did you ever play Ground Zeroes?
I did, and I thought I had it like a save file because they said you could download a save file, but I couldn't find it.
Did you play it on your other PlayStation?
That's what I was kind of wondering, but I thought I downloaded it on this one, but I might have to look because it might have been on the PlayStation 3.
No, I'm talking about PlayStation 4. Like, did you know how you have your PlayStation Pro and your PlayStation 4? Go look in your like auto uploads.
Okay.
And look in your PlayStation Plus thing on auto uploads.
Now, what do you get out of that? I heard you get some stuff out, like stuff that kind of rolls over. Is it just kind of basic stuff or anything?
From Ground Zeroes?
Yeah.
It's in your base.
Okay.
It'll just be stuff, it'll add to your base.
Oh, I could use that. The base stuff is actually pretty cool, too. Yeah. I like that because I wasn't quite sure how that was going to work. And now I've gotten obsessed. This is why one of the reasons I went back to that one base that I was just mentioning is because it's like a treasure trove of fuel resources, and I need that more than anything.
Right.
So last night I was like, well, I'm here, so I might as well. So, but I'm digging that. I really like the base stuff.
Yeah. I finished last day of June.
Yeah, how'd you like that?
Just beautiful game.
I really hope that a lot of you out there decide, if you didn't know anything about it, you went out there and checked it out after last week.
What's the great part about that game is after you finish it and you know exactly what to do. Well, you said the same thing to me. You can finish this game in an hour and you can have like, hey, sit down and watch this right here.
Yeah.
Because I want to show it to Jenna. It's just a great story.
Yeah, I mean, just like we said, the way it was told, not through words, but emotions, it
exactly.
works. It's perfect for that. And I don't know, I can't understand anybody that has a problem with the way it looks and the way it is. Right. I mean, you're missing the point.
Right.
This is not meant to be done in the manner you're used to. It's meant to be done this way.
Right.
So,
and they look ridiculous.
Yeah.
But they're beautiful at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, it does the game justice.
Yeah.
By every stretch.
I was telling you, I want an open world like that.
That would be cool. Yeah.
I mean, I don't care what it looks like. The only thing I would change is maybe the draw distance, like how far out you could see, just a little. But I don't know, something about the blurriness in the you only saw so far was kind of cool too.
What I kind of found funny about that, the way you mention it, is I remember someone, I think it was a reviewer, and they kind of had a point making mention that was it The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, I think it was.
Yeah.
When you'd go into the bottom lands, when you like out from the sky, everything, and it almost seemed like it was an intention of graphical limitations, is that the backgrounds had that watercolor design to them, to kind of give it that blurriness so you couldn't see far off into the distance and stuff like that. So that was the first time I remember seeing it, but this one took it obviously to another level,
right? Which
was so much better. But
it definitely didn't look like it was watercolored. It looked like it was still in the same art, like it was just blurred. Yeah. That was it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a good game.
Awesome.
People
game.
are missing out if you're not playing it.
Yeah, like I can't believe that it came out last year and I haven't played it until now.
Yeah, I know. I'm tried remembering if I even saw it, like if it was on my radar.
It was on
and I know it was at some point. It's just I don't know why it took me until now to get around to it. So
I'm glad they had that sale. They had it on sale for a while, and I never bought it. But then I was like, well, that's my loss. So I went ahead and paid full price for it.
Yeah.
But totally worth it even for $29.
For sure. Yeah.
Or 19. No, $29. Yeah.
Was it 29?
Yeah, it was $29.
Really?
It was totally worth it, though.
I thought it was only 19.
It was for you, probably. You got it on sale.
No, I got it for less than that.
Maybe I'm thinking of the Super Mega Baseball, which I played also. That is what I'm thinking of. It was $29, and the other one was $19.
Yeah, I was about to say
I got it for $9.
Recall it being that much. All right. Well, you ready for some news?
I'm always ready for some news.
Well, there's not a whole lot this week, so you're just going to have to make do with what I got. The first story I've got today is about two members of ArenaNet the team behind Guild Wars 2, being fired after a Twitter feud with some gamers. Now, apparently during the 4th of July holiday, former dev Jessica Price took to her Twitter and began opening up about some of the challenges she faced as a narrative writer for an MMORPG. I can't imagine that's got to be daunting, So the tweet that began the debacle read from her, the dirty little secret is I'm not sure if it's possible to make an MMORPG or CRPG character compelling because people have different expectations about what the character will be as opposed to the pre-designed character in a single-player game. Would you say that's a fair statement?
Yes and no.
Yes and no?
Because you can still have a story.
Mm-hmm.
And, just what does it matter, what your player is? You can still have a story. You can have a compelling story, too.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's the pressure, maybe.
The pressure,
is what
yeah, there's definitely...
Because if you're kind of reading that in that degree of her opinion of that, then I would say she's looking at it as the pressure of creating a compelling character, which I guess I could see.
That's true. But she's thinking about it the wrong way.
Yeah, perhaps. Well, a gamer also thought the same way you did and tweeted back, "Allow me to disagree slightly. I don't believe this issue lies in the MMORPG genre itself, as your wording seems to suggest. I believe the issue lies in the constraints of the living story's narrative design." Would you say that's a fair statement?
Yeah.
Okay, well, she didn't. She kind of got pissy with it and said, "Today, in being a female game dev, quote, allow me, a person who does not work with you, explain to you how to do your job." And then later added, "Like the next rando asshat who attempts to explain the concept of branching dialogue to me as if, having worked in the game narrative for an effing decade, I have never heard of it, is getting insta-blocked. PSA." That was her response.
She flew off the handle.
She did. Now, another member of the team was Peter Freeze, who came to her defense when others chimed in attacking her after her comment. He pointed out telling someone that the struggles of their job when you have never done them is ridiculous. And I think that's a fair point.
Right,
if you've never done my job and yet you're saying, well, this you do this all day. You don't know that. Well, you're just assuming.
I don't think that he was saying she didn't know how to do her job. He was just saying that's one problem.
Sure.
But she can take it the wrong way, I guess. Mm-hmm.
But anyway, he said that she does her job well and deserves respect for doing it. Now, I feel like he would have still had his job at this point, but he continued with his tirade and went downhill from there because that one was pretty appropriate. He was starting to say, "Let me mansplain," or all the, man butt hurt. I don't know. He went on some tirade about everybody whining and trying to point out this is his personal account, that's her personal account. We can say whatever we want. Right. Well, the president of ArenaNet, Mike O'Brien, issued a statement after that saying that both of them were fired because they did not reflect the views of the company. So,
yeah,
it's fair enough. I mean,
she probably would have lost her job with what she said.
Yeah, and again, I feel like he would have kept his because he was just defending her, but then he went and stooped lower. Mm-hmm. So that's where he made a mistake. She, on the other hand, I do want to say that I get where she's coming from. If you've got someone who's never done your job trying to say, well, it's not that hard, you don't know.
Right.
You really don't know because it's not just what she's doing, but maybe it's the pressure she's under. Maybe there's management telling her, well, you've got to do it this way, you got to do it that way. We don't know. So I get that there's an issue, but I don't know. I feel like she went too far and kind of took it a little too far.
Yeah, because I don't think he was trying to take a pat, just talking bad about her. I think he was just saying that is a problem that they face. It's not the MMO itself. It's trying to think about it in a different way and not about character progression. More about story, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where you should really think before you speak.
Yeah.
So,
that's why I don't ever tweet about my job.
No.
Why can't that happen to the president?
Yeah.
He's like, sorry, Congress is just we've pulled the plug, Mr. President. You've been on Twitter, and that does not that's not our views.
No, it's not. So I don't know. Well, I doubt who knows? She might be employed with someone else before too long. Who knows? We'll see.
She'll probably work for Xbox at that new place.
Let's get into some quickets. I only got a few of those too. Fallout 76 will offer features to protect low-level players. What do you think that'll be?
Power suits?
Power suits?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe like, I have no clue.
Just more defenses maybe if you're at a low level, and then maybe you're less and less the higher you get because you're a better...
I guess, maybe it kind of nerfs everything for you.
Yeah, maybe.
Or scales everything to your level.
Probably.
That's
what I was thinking. Next, Jim Carrey will play Dr. Robotnik in Sonic the Hedgehog.
Are you excited?
I don't know.
I don't either.
How are we talking animated Dr. Robotnik, or is it going to be like a Smurfs Gargamel situation?
Oh Jesus, I hope not.
Because that man, he would have like the legs for it, but everything else is going to be a fat suit that he's going to have to carry around, and prosthetics for his nose and the mustache. He'd look ridiculous.
Yeah, they need to animate it.
So
they do both, like a combination.
Well, again, we already know it's going to be live action CG. It's just where they're going to put him into that.
He's just going to do the voice.
It would be better, but something tells me it's going to be a Gargamel situation. I'd almost guarantee it. Sea of Thieves added a Banjo-Kazooie figurehead in celebration of the game's 20th anniversary. How do you feel about that?
Yay. I don't.
Yeah.
That's cool. I
feel like
Sony does the same thing, and there's some things I think are cool. They're hit or miss,
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess if they were doing something a little bit more... If the game was revived at some point, maybe, it would seem a little bit more...
Banjo and Kazooie?
Yeah.
Maybe it's coming.
Who knows? We'll see. I know there's always been a lot of talk about it. Dead Island 2 is confirmed to still be in development.
That's been a long time.
Yeah.
Did me and you play that? Or was that... No, we played Dying Light.
Yeah. But we did see the Dead Island 2 trailer at the E3, I think, the first year.
Was that where the dude was running?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great trailer.
It was a great trailer, but where's the payoff?
Yeah. It's like the first Dead Island did the best trailer ever. Do you remember it?
I don't
It
think
it ran in... Did it run in reverse or slow motion? I can't remember. But like it was just like in a zombie attack in one of the rooms. I can't remember.
I think it was in reverse. Now you mention it, it does kind of ring a bell now.
Yeah, you got you've seen the attack first, right?
Yeah.
And then
just backwards. I don't know. Might have been for another game, but that does sound familiar. We Happy Few is no longer banned in Australia, even though I didn't know it was.
I didn't know it was either.
There was some kind of ratings complication or whatnot, and they were just like, "No, we can't do it," and they didn't give it a rating, so it couldn't be released. So I guess they got it cleared up.
Is We Happy Few out for PlayStation?
No, I think it's a Xbox exclusive because remember Microsoft bought that company.
Yeah, I know that. I didn't know if it had released before because Hellblade is still on PlayStation. So
nope, I think it's only on them. And finally, Castlevania Season 2 returns to Netflix October 26th with 8 episodes now, not just the 4.
Wow.
So we're getting double.
I don't have Netflix.
Well,
because of HughesNet.
It's a shame. It's an absolute shame.
I know. It's awful. I feel
You're missing all these great shows.
I know. I feel like I don't know what's going on. I just feel like I'm outside my body, like floating over myself. When I sit here at home and watch TV, I'm like, you can watch Netflix. I'm just watching myself watch regular TV.
Mm-hmm. It's a shame. I'm sorry.
That's awful.
It's okay. All right. Some more news we got is we mentioned the revival of everyone's favorite console, the Intellivision. You remember that?
So happy.
Way back in May. Well, more details surfaced last week from the man behind this terrible plan, Tommy Tallarico.
Hey, it's not terrible. It's awful.
First, he mentioned the return of Intellivision classics like Shark,
Holy Shark,
and Astro Smash.
This is like Atari games because they just named them exactly what you did in the game. Shark. There's 2 sharks chasing you.
Mm-hmm.
And Astro Smash is you just smash Astros.
I really have no idea what these are.
I don't either.
Not a clue. Secondly, he made mention about how he's trying to ensure that the console is meant for everyone. So whoever you are, whatever age, the console will be for you. Now, doubling down on that, every game on the console will only be rated E.
For everyone.
So, always E-rated games, plus no 3D games and no complicated games. So, I guess no 100 buttons or whatnot. He wants you to be able to pick up the controller and then just be like, I could play this. You know, for whatever reason, I guess because we're gamers and maybe other non-gamers can explain this to us. You pick up a PlayStation controller, you pick up an Xbox controller, and it's, for whatever reason, seems daunting.
Right.
Because there are all these buttons.
Yeah. That's what people say. Is like you played the latest Madden? Because the last time I talked to you, you loved Madden. And he's like, no, there's too many buttons for me. I'm like, man, what are you talking about? You got all the same. They added 2 sticks.
Yeah.
You got all the same damn buttons.
Too many buttons. He also mentioned that the controller for the original Intellivision will be modernized to give it a more ease of use feel to it, but still retain the feel of the original. Do you remember that original controller? It was a remote control.
Yeah, I remember this thing. Like, didn't it have a golf game?
Probably.
I remember a golf game, and it's like a wired remote
that looks like a remote control. And
Yeah.
It's just like a phone. It's like 9 buttons on it or something.
Yeah, like I think you could change the channel from the damn thing.
Seriously, that's what it looked like. If you didn't know any better, you'd say, well, this is an old school remote.
And I just remember they had that. Do you remember the what would it be called? Like Mortal Kombat, the first Mortal Kombat, where it looks like they digitized a real picture of a person. Mm-hmm. That's what it looked like.
Yeah. So, finally, he also ensured that he's not going to be asking the public to pay for it beforehand. So, no crowdfunding like Atari.
Oh, well, they're going to win.
So, that was like a big up yours.
Up yours, Atari.
We're not asking for no money.
Say that again.
We're not asking for no money. Speaking of Kickstarter, there's a new project that went up last week to fund a compendium based around Sega's Master System. The project was funded almost immediately, raising well over the $66,000 that it was asking to raise, with a little more to raise for the rest of the month.
Do you think Sega will eventually make a console again?
I would say it depends on how well Atari, their VCS does, maybe even the Intellivision does. If they can show...
the Intellivision ain't going to do shit. I'm going to tell you right now.
I know. But if Atari shows that there's some power that they could inch back in, then Sega might start to think about, well, what could we do different? Because they don't really have a lot of original ideas. But, I mean, everyone thought Atari was out of it. And look what they did. They said, well, we're coming back with nostalgia.
What if Sega took like old games like Streets of Rage and stuff like that? Don't they have those games?
They might. Mm-hmm.
Make those games into something new. And try to be... Sega's got some good games.
They do. But here lately, they can't seem to manage them properly.
No, they don't use the ones they ought to.
Mm-mm.
Bring some doo-doo out. Try to...
Some Altered Beast, man. Bring that shit back.
Yeah, make it real.
Yeah.
Make it a good, like...
Make it real.
Make that shit real.
Anyway, this book will focus on the system and its history, which I'll be honest with you, I didn't know about it until years later. Yeah. Like, after it was dead, I was like, what the hell is a Master System? Yeah. I mean, the Genesis? And I'm like, no, before that. And I was like, there was one before that? I didn't know.
I didn't either.
Anyway, the book will focus on the system, its history, every game on the system, with sound bites from developers, artists, journalists, and even fans. The book will also include a bookmark and a pair of 3D glasses that were designed after a pair that were sold for the system. Sure, why not?
I don't remember it.
I know there was only one 3D game I could remember on the NES, and that's it. So there must have been
World
more.
Runner.
Yeah, World Runner.
Yep.
I would do a review on that, but there's really not much to say.
No, it's just like those running games now.
Mm-hmm. The book sounds like it will be crafted with a pure love for the system and is scheduled to release in November.
I wish Sega would come back out with a system. Mm-hmm. And don't bullshit with it. Do it right. Don't have some funky ass controller.
No.
Because to me, I guess some people like the Dreamcast controller. I hated that damn thing.
Yeah, what the hell was that?
A boat cut in half? I don't know. I have no clue.
Yeah, that was the dumbest looking thing.
Yeah. That's the thing that gets on my nerves about Nintendo. I'm glad they're using that Pro controller now. Mm-hmm. But like after
at least they give you options.
Yeah, but at first, like their controllers are so good. The Nintendo and the the Super Nintendo, and I guess some people like the 64, but I didn't like that controller.
See, I think the one everybody seems to go back to now is the GameCube.
GameCube, yes.
Because, I mean, they're selling them for the Switch now.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, I liked it. I can't say...
Their Pro Controller. I would probably like the GameCube better, but the Pro Controller is more up my alley if I don't have that one.
Sure.
Then, if you could go back to the regular little bitty pad with Nintendo, I know they got it.
I mean, you might as well,
it's
considering...
like on the Switch, kind of.
Yeah, it's essentially like 2 or 3 buttons.
But it don't feel good.
It doesn't, dude. I mean, I played the Mario Kart with it, and it feels unnatural.
No, it doesn't feel good.
No, I'd rather have a controller in my hand.
Yep.
So, I don't know. You ready for some truth or trash?
What? Yes.
I got 4 items. So you've got a little bit more than last week.
Yeah, I only got 2 last. No, I got 1 last week.
Yeah, you only got 1 last week.
But I think I picked trash, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Okay, so first, Telltale's The Walking Dead series is coming to the Nintendo Switch.
No, there's nothing trashy about that. I think that's going to be true.
Okay. It would be stupid if they couldn't, because I don't see any reason why it couldn't.
You can put out all 4 games again.
Mm-hmm. Do a whole collection.
Yeah.
Battlefield 5 will have 8 multiplayer modes.
I say it's probably true. They'll have a battle royale.
No doubt. That's the growing trend now.
Yeah. I hope it goes away soon.
I do too.
I don't know. I guess I'm about to play some of these other ones and see.
I want Fortnite to calm down. That's what I want to happen right now, because I'm tired of seeing Fortnite news every day.
You know what? Like, they talk about crossplay, but you can still play crossplay with PC and play crossplay with phones.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the big deal?
I don't know. Venom is not in Marvel Spider-Man.
I seen that. I was kind of thinking to myself, you know what? This opens up the fact that if this does good, there could be sequels. And I'm okay with that, because to me, I don't want him to be a villain that's just, he's got to be the big guy.
Now, quick question just to side off of this. Obviously a sequel would be in the running at some point, especially for a new console. This would be a huge thing for them to shoot for.
Right.
Would you want to see New York again, or would you want them to put him somewhere else? Like, if there was a way to do that, put Spider-Man in a whole new setting so you're not just swinging through New York again.
I feel like you could really make him focus on, you could have everything, all in New York, but make him focus real heavy on these one areas.
Mm-hmm.
So that way, the other ones, if you ventured out and really explored them, you did stuff, but you didn't really get into them story-wise.
Yeah.
They could do that, maybe. But yeah, I would want to be back in New York. You'd have to be there.
Well, I was sitting there thinking, just if Venom is not here and they're going to save him for another game, which, to be honest, why not?
Right.
Why throw all your big guns out right now? If you do that, fine. So throw him in later on. Then you could actually move Spider-Man to San Francisco, where Venom has been known to live out of. In fact, I think that's where the movie's going to take place. So that would kind of give it a change of locale.
Right.
I think that would be kind of cool. But I wouldn't mind seeing, if as good as this New York looks, if you can make it look better, then blow my eyes out of my head,
Or shoot, you could just, how he did in Spider-Man Homecoming.
Mm-hmm.
He went up to...
That's true. New York.
Kind of go...
Or Washington.
Yeah, Washington. You could go there or somewhere else.
Yeah, you could have multiple places.
Yeah.
Like an Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it's there for the day. You get one whole day to play there.
That's right. I don't know. I think it would be cool to move around a little bit, so we're not...
I think so, too.
Another thing I would love, because I know this is a theory of mine. I know it's not going to happen, but I would love to have this happen. In a game like this, if you could make it happen, and I know these games are already big enough as it is, but to be swinging around New York City and not to run into some character like Black Cat or Daredevil or Luke Cage or something like that, someone who frequents New York, or even all the Avengers, for crying out loud, to swing by and just see them. There's no secret mission, no special thing. You just happen to be swinging by, and then Daredevil's just going by.
That would be freaking awesome. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, and that's it. There might be missions
but
later
he
on.
See you.
Or maybe you just swing down to Harlem and There's Luke Cage just hanging out, just walking down the street and be like, hey, Luke, and just keep going. Just little things like that would make it so awesome. Maybe you're swinging by the Avengers base and you see the Quinjet fly by.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome.
That'd be cool.
I don't know. Just little things
I
like
think
that.
they might, dude. There's no telling.
I think it would be cool. I think it would just be little touches that make it so much better. Yeah. Just my opinion. All right.
It's a good opinion.
Time for some... Oh, no. I had one more. I'm sorry. I tried running by it.
Chipping me, man.
I'm sorry. Black Ops 4 Battle Royale.
Yeah.
This mode will support up to 60 players.
Yep.
Think so?
Yeah, I think so. Man, they do 100 on Fortnite.
Okay. So all of this is truth this week, huh?
Yeah. I believe
Look
so.
at that. All right.
That's the first.
That is. Good job. All right. Weird news time.
Weird news.
I was so excited. I wanted to get
Is there sex
into
in this one?
Not really.
Damn it.
So, YouTube is a place where you can find anything, right?
Maybe.
Search for it, and about 99% of the time you're going to find it.
That's true. I agree with that statement.
For example, you can find a number of security cam footage videos of someone trying to commit a robbery.
Yeah.
All the time. Now, these videos can range from intense to terrifying to downright hilarious if you come across some stupid criminals and, they're incompetent. Sometimes someone on the internet can take that video and make it even funnier by adding just little things. Case in point, there was a convenience store robbery in Canada last week caught on security cams, and some guy took this whole incident and added audio from Metal Gear Solid. So you get this intense background music. This guy's trying to run out the back, and he can't hear it, and the music's just all tense and everything. So he comes back out and then runs into a cop, and then all of a sudden you hear... So anyway, the guy panics. He even starts trying to throw chips at the cop for whatever. Like that's going to matter.
Like, them chips are sharp, man.
Yeah. So the cop gets the guy down on the ground as this music's still playing. Then his girlfriend was apparently there. This is a Bonnie and Clyde duo.
Yeah.
She's trying to get out, but the cop's like, you get back over there and whatever. So as he's focused on the guy on the ground, the girl, I'm assuming, had the money because she had a bag with her. She went around back into the room where the guy just ran from, looked around. There's a security camera back there, obviously. She walks right up to it, looks up, and then I guess there was a vent or a duct or something because all of a sudden she just starts crawling through. And then the editor of this video actually edits in video game footage of ductwork from Metal Gear Solid where you see it sneaking through. And then suddenly she falls from the ceiling onto a shelf.
Oh, damn.
And then they add the crashing sounds and everything. It's a wonderful video, the way they did
Go check this
video.
out.
So go check that out. It was kind of funny. I think the sound...
called?
It was just, the name of the video that I found, or that I saw, was like Metal Gear Solid, or Robbery with Metal Gear Solid audio or something like that. I don't know. I'll show it to you after we're done. Go look it up. I'll try to link it on our page so you can find it too, because it was pretty funny
as hell.
Next. So we all know that Sonic the Hedgehog isn't doing good games anymore, and I think he's having to make up for it by whoring himself out for any and everything, whether it be sneakers or whatever. It's T-shirts and swimming suits and whatever he can put his face on to make a buck. Now, would you care to guess what he's been over for now?
No.
Food.
You're gonna be they're gonna do spaghetti and meatballs.
That would make more sense. You've got Super Mario spaghetti and meatballs from Chef Boyardee. Mm-hmm. Cereal would have made sense. You could just have
that was my next guess.
Cereal. No.
Yogurt.
Curry.
What the?
Yeah, curry. So
it's a Sonic curry.
Sega has teamed up with a group called Geek Life to create Sonic the Hedgehog Curry, a quick dish you can throw in the microwave for Sonic speed cooking.
I loved how you did your fingers right there.
Because I'm getting into it. They didn't really write that, but they might as well have, because it was lamer than what I said. Now, before you can dig in, or before you dig into this dish that you throw in the microwave, you will get to see Sonic's face looking back at you somehow with the way they design it. And then you stir it up. And then when you stir it up, it looks like a liquefied Smurf because it's nothing but big blue curry.
What in the hell is curry?
Curry is like an Indian dish that shouldn't be blue.
And don't it make you poop?
Well, let's get to the root of this story. What's more interesting about this is a YouTuber who posted a video trying it out.
You get a blue poop.
Seemed relatively pleased with it, but he did mention a nice blue tint on his tongue, his teeth, and his poop.
Damn.
So how about that? Go get you some blue poop.
Blue poop. I'll throw it in a little Play-Doh thing and Peyton will play with it.
It makes you think about how much blue dye they had to layer this curry with to make it blue, to make your poop blue.
I ate a cupcake the other day during the Pavilion Senior Living 4th of July party. Mm-hmm. The shit was delicious, right? But like the icing touched my hand, dyed my finger blue, part of my hand blue for 2 days. I washed my hand 4 or 5 times. I finally was in a long shower with my hand freaking just like withered up, and that got it off.
Wow.
And just think I ate that. Mm-hmm. I should have paid attention if my poop was blue.
You should have.
I didn't do it though.
Well, I mean, not everybody goes and looks and sees what they did.
My shit is blue.
I was like, oh my God, I just shit a Smurf.
Yeah, I don't remember eating that.
Guess what time it is?
It's either I'll buy that for $1 or my favorite one. What the hell did he say?
Well, it's time for
I'd buy that for $1.
Well, then I guessed right the first time.
Uh-huh. Do you like the little Funko figures?
Nah, they're okay. It depends on what it is. I'm not big into them. I have a few. Yeah.
Okay. Do you like cereal?
That's a trick question, man. Yeah, I love cereal.
Okay. Any particular kind?
Funko cereal.
Well, I didn't know if you had a real cereal that you actually preferred before.
Recently, I like the chocolate Frosted Flakes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what if I told you you could get Funko cereal? Since you already asked.
Yeah. No.
You want some Funko cereal?
I've never had it. But like, what is it?
Okay.
Is it like Captain Crunch?
This month.
Is it like King Vitamin?
I'm kind of thinking maybe. This month, Funko is releasing Funkos. Get it?
What the funk?
Funkos.
Oh, is it like Cheerios?
Right. A series of cereals based around an array of characters. Now, on the video game front, GameStop will exclusively sell Mega Man Funkos, which I think should be marketed as Mega-Os. I think. But what do I know? Featuring...
Why are they going to do cereal? Why?
I don't know. We'll get to it. Hang on. It's a blue multigrain cereal that I would assume was blueberry flavored. But we don't know. They didn't specify a cereal flavored on the box. So it could be Cheerio flavor. We don't know. But if Mega Man's not your cup of tea in the video game front, you can go over to Hot Topic, who's going to be exclusively selling Cuphead and Mugman Funkos, which should be Cupheados. These would be so much better other than what they're saying. And why Mugman? There's only one color in the damn box. If you did red and blue, then it would make sense to have Cuphead and Mugman. Why do I want to say Mega Man?
Because it sounds like
Megman.
Mugman.
Anyway, their cereal is red, cherry, strawberry, maybe. I don't know.
Who knows?
Now, they aren't the only kind available. I just wanted to bring them up because there's video game characters. But you can also get Freddy Krueger O's.
Does Walking Dead have a nose?
Not at the moment.
Damn.
Jason Voorhees O's. And there are a couple of others. I think there was even one based off of Pennywise.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
But now, there are other kinds that are going to be coming over time. But not only does this get you a big 7-ounce box of cereal, but you also get a prize.
Oh my God, is it a sticker?
No, you get a Funko of the featured character.
Like a mini Funko?
Probably. Because the 7-ounce box of cereal is not very big.
No. They put it in there without the box. They just crammed it in there.
How much would you pay for this box of cereal with a Funko inside?
$4.99.
You're going to have to pay $7.99.
I'm not getting it. I don't know. I'd buy it at $7.99. I might buy one. Buy one of
But
them.
it's not that bad. I mean, if you're into that sort of thing, I think the idea behind this is to kind of reawaken that old feeling of, digging through the cereal to get the toy out.
Yeah.
Because seriously, as I was writing this, like you said, why would you be doing that? That thought crossed my mind. You get the cereal and be like, oh, there's a prize inside. I got to get the prize. And I guarantee you they're going to bury it right at the bottom.
They need
Because
to.
at some point, I remember as we were getting older, they started putting them at the top. And I was like, well, that just defeats the purpose.
Yeah.
I wanted to get into the bottom of that damn box.
Yeah,
And now
because you'd
the
always
work
turn to
is
the
always-
side and pop the
yeah,
side
just
up
like-
and dig like a mole. Mm-hmm. And then you have to pull it out and you pull all the damn cereal out.
Well, one of the cheating things that me and my brother did is we had like a little container you could just pour the cereal in. It's like, I'll get that damn toy.
Yeah, we got it now.
It's like, you ain't going to keep it from me. Release date time.
Is there a lot this week?
Quite a bit. I mean, well, I won't say like a big list. I think a lot of it comes with the PC games that I'm going to be bringing up.
Yeah.
Let's see. On July 9th, we have Pato Box for
I've
the
heard something
Nintendo
about
Switch. Yeah, I don't know what that is. On July 10th, we have 20XX, which I honestly believe is some sort of nod to Mega Man
Yeah.
because of the 20XX. It's coming out for PS4 and Nintendo Switch. Muddle Dash for Nintendo Switch and PC. Hotel Transylvania 3, Monsters Overboard for PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC. Shining Resonance Refrain for PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC. My tongue is starting to be like, whoa, slow down, buddy.
Good potato.
Bomber Crew for Nintendo Switch. Defiance 2050 for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. MXGP Pro for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. I guess there are quite a bit. I forgot my other page. It printed backwards. Hunting Simulator for Nintendo Switch. The Spectrum Retreat for PS4. Nerve Out for Nintendo Switch. Insane Robots for PS4. The Lion Song for Nintendo Switch. Black Sea Odyssey for PS4. You know what? You're going to start reading some of these.
Oh, I can't. I would mess that up so bad.
On July 11th, 20XX for Xbox One, Warhammer Vermintide 2 for Xbox One, and Ghost 1.0 for Xbox One. So July 11th is when you're getting a lot of your games.
Yay. What day is that? It's next Tuesday, isn't it?
No, that sounds like Wednesday.
Is it Wednesday?
I think so.
The
Might be.
11th is always on a Wednesday.
I don't know.
I don't really know that.
I'm not keeping track right now. On July 12th, it's all about the Nintendo Switch, as every one of these games is coming to the Nintendo Switch. Holy Potatoes, a weapon shop. Ghost 1.0. Super Volleyball, or Super Volley Blast. Excuse me. I wanted to say volleyball because, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Super Volley Blast, and then Philafix. Phil's
See, I would
Epic's
jack
Adventure.
that one up.
What?
Philafix.
Philafix. You just gotta
Philafix.
say it right.
Philafix.
Philafix. Phil's Epic Adventure. All of those games are for the Nintendo Switch on July 12th. Then back to business as usual on July 13th, we have Earthfall for PS4 and Xbox One. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker for Nintendo Switch. The Spectrum Retreat for Xbox One and PC. Insane Robots for Xbox One and PC. Gadiko Kintaro's Revenge for Xbox One. Octopath Traveler for Nintendo Switch. Then finally on July 14th, we have Chicken Assassin Reloaded for PS4, Nintendo Switch, and PC. Now, other games that are coming out is for the free Twitch Prime games.
I heard I have a ton this week.
They do. The main three that you can actually get your hands on right now are Metal Slug 3, The Last Blade, and Twinkle Star Sprites. Now, since Amazon all this month is doing their Prime Days, every couple of days they're offering up a new free game. So there's already been a few that have already came out before this came out, so I'm not going to bring them up. But every game from here on out will be available from the time I say to the end of the month.
Right.
So we have Battle Chef Brigade. Let me try that again.
Brigade.
Battle Chef Brigade.
You had to say that with the
I did
limp wrist.
with my hand. That will be available from July 4th to the 11th. Manual Samuel, which is a pretty fun game. July 5th through the 12th. Goner from July 6th through the 13th. Next up, Hero from the 7th to the 14th. Yearnung Limited. You just got to see how it's written. Bottom one. Yearnung Limited.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. I just copied and pasted that. It's going to be available from the 8th to the 14th, so have fun with that. Then Hue from the 9th to the 15th. That was a pretty fun game.
Yep.
I think we mentioned that last week. Deponia Doomsday from the 10th to the 16th. Observer will be available from the 11th to the 17th. Tacoma from the 12th to the 18th. The Bridge from the 13th to the 26th. Brutal Legend from the 14th to the 27th. I actually have that downloaded, and I've yet to actually sit down and play it. It's pretty fun.
That's one with Jack Black in it?
Yeah. It's not bad. It looks fun. The Red Strings Club, available from the 14th through the 21st. Tyranny from the 16th through the 18th. Broken Age, I would recommend, from the 17th through the 31st. The Framed Collection from the 18th through the 31st. And Serial Cleaner from the 18th through the 31st. I think I've actually seen Serial Cleaner. That looks like a weird game.
It's pretty clean cereal, isn't it?
I think you're actually cleaning up people's dead parts and something like that, I think. I don't know.
You clean up after the serial killer.
Yeah, that's it. Now do you know what time it is?
What the hell did you just say?
That's right. So, again, these are all PC games. The names are just bizarre.
How many we got?
About 10 or 20.
10 or 20. That's a big jump.
Yeah, it is. I don't know. I don't number them. So, again, you just try to tell me what you think this game is.
Yeah.
Gay Battlegrounds.
We'll pass, Bob.
Okay. Color by Numbers, Flowers.
Flowers that you color by numbers.
Okay, that's it.
That's it.
Okay. Sounds kind of dull. I could do that with a crayon and a book.
But it's probably something to do with, like, the Soviet Union and communism.
Sure. I like that. Pitch Perfect Ear Training.
That's a sing-along with the Pitch Perfect cast, and it's a side-scrolling platformer. It's going to be huge on Twitch.
All right. I'm kind of interested to see that game now. The Couple Series. In the Couple Series, you have Couples Dog, Couples Cat, Couples Fruit, Couples Vegetables, Couples Meme. What are all these games?
They're all couples games.
They're all separate games.
Those are all separate games.
Yeah.
Shit.
What do you think each one of these are? What do you think the essential point of the game is?
Okay, couples meme is you have to do something crazy and end up like it being a couple, and then they're going to take a meme of you. You're bringing one of those memes to life somehow or another.
Okay.
I couldn't even hardly explain everything. I got all over myself.
Uh-huh.
That's what I think that game's about. Couple vegetable. I don't know. Couples. What was the other one?
Fruit.
Fruit. I don't know.
Dog.
Now that could be two dogs living together. And
Cats.
Cats, same thing. You know?
Okay.
Live in a house. You don't
Who
get
knows?
kicked out of the house.
Yeah. Well, who knows?
Yeah.
It's just, if it would have been animals all the way down the board, I would have been like, oh, okay, this is simulators.
Yeah.
Then it got into weird categories, so I was like, all right, this is kind of,
Maybe it's gonna be like Sausage Party.
who knows? Bricks in the Box.
Damn, this is a VR game, and you have a box of bricks, and your goal is to get to a spot and hide, and hit a certain person on the playground at school with a brick.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's it. You have this mysterious box that was brought to you, and you have 3 days,
Fair enough.
or your family dies.
Ones and Zeros.
This is a game about, I don't know, ones and zeros.
Binary code.
Yeah, it's a hacking game.
Mm.
And, yeah, that's a hacking game. I'm gonna go with that. I'm just gonna stop.
Battle Royale Builder.
You have to build. Shit. Why does everything have to be battle royale?
I don't know.
Maybe you have to build your city faster than another. I don't know. You have to build a building quicker than your competitor that's building another building, and has to be more successful.
Okay. Skrunk.
It's about the littlest skunk in the pack.
He's a skrunk.
He's a skrunk. He's the runt, and he's a skunk, and everybody just called him Skrunk.
All right.
And it's gonna be a lot like Crash Bandicoot. They're gonna be running towards you and away from you, and then every now and again a side scroller.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bitcoin Mining Tycoon.
That's exactly what it is.
Brath. Brain and Math.
Huh?
Brath. Brain and Math.
Brain and math.
Mm-hmm. Think on that one for a moment.
You mean a hit mute?
Hello? No, I'm still over here. We're trying to finish up our show. All right. I'll let you know when I'm on my way. All right.
Wrath.
Let me get Brain and Math.
Brain and math. Can I phone a friend?
No.
I don't know. Maybe it's just like different math games that help your brain.
Okay. And then works your brath.
Yeah, works your breath out.
Boob Saga.
Oh my God, this is gonna be the best looking CG boobs ever. They're just everywhere.
That's it?
Yeah, you play as a set of them.
Okay. And they just bounce around.
They float around. They
Gotcha.
motorboat around.
Mm-hmm. Ball Grabbers.
Oh my God, this is gonna be. You're gonna play. I don't know like what your character's gonna be, but you're just gonna roll around and grab balls.
Okay.
Not man balls, but just balls.
Depression. The game.
You gotta talk a person out of killing herself.
Okay. Chocolate makes you happy. 7.
The more chocolate you eat, the happier you get.
Chicken Rider.
Shit, like you race chickens. And you ride on them. They're big chickens. You're a little guy.
Okay. Very, very small.
Yeah,
guy.
like the what were those called? The Explorers? No, what was that movie?
I don't know.
That Disney movie, the little guys. Little tiny guys. Hitting the wall.
I can't remember.
I don't either. Those guys though.
Okay. And
They're
riding
real
chicken.
small.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
That's who, no, not Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Yeah, those little guys. They ride the chickens and they race them.
Darby O'Gill and the Little People. Is that what you're talking about?
No, it's not the little people.
All right. Well, I don't know.
Yeah. I can't think.
Virtual Telescope.
You look around through virtual reality, and you have to discover different planets.
Okay. Video game construction set.
Oh my God! Like it just. Okay, you just have a construction set. You can build whatever you want,
Okay.
but it's a video game. That's
Fair
exactly what it is.
And finally, Harpoon Cat.
Harpoon Cat.
Yeah.
Harpoon Cat. I'm trying to think. You're probably like this cat has a harpoon ram through it, and you just run around. It sounds like some crazy stuff they would do on there.
Oh, yeah, for sure. All these
Cat.
games are nuts.
And he uses it somehow or another to do different tricks. And that's his special power. He stabs stuff with the harpoon.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm going with that.
Okay.
Final answer.
There you go. Well, there you go. That's all the... Any of them stand out for you?
Harpoon Cat.
Harpoon Cat.
Because it was the last one I heard.
All right, let's get into our review of A Way Out. We've both got to play it. We've
got
both
to play
spent
it.
some time on it. we both played the same character, but we had different endings, which I was kind of open for. I was kind of open for different experiences, so we could have different perspectives.
Did you do Leo's stuff most of the time?
Not all the time. I think I went more Vincent's route because there would be times I would push for Vincent, and then I would just like, well, I'm trying to be decent here, especially after we saw kind of a divergent, in play style, and then it still kind of came out the same way. It just really depended on how the situation was going to go down.
Right.
Would depend on how I wanted to approach it.
Yeah.
So it's not that we never did Leo's way, but, we tried to maintain some civility here and there.
Right.
What about you?
Yeah. I don't think I did Leo's way until the very end.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was a couple of times where I'm like, we're not in the we're not trying to be nice right here, so
Right.
we're just gonna go ahead and go this way. We're already shooting at everybody. Why not just do this?
Yeah. I mean, now I'm going to go ahead and preempt this so we can just talk. However, spoilers. If you don't want to know anything about the show, skip. Because we're going to be talking full spoilers, every aspect of the game from beginning to end.
Right.
Now, from what we saw as far as the gameplay, it was what, 7 chapters?
I think it was more than that.
Because they really didn't break them up and say
They
this is the chapter, but
Yeah.
hypothetically, you could, it was probably more than that.
God, I think there was like 20 something.
Could be. I don't recall.
Because I know there was like, I guess there was, each one of them had a different like third act or whatever, but there was like 6 or 7 things in each one of them.
Yeah.
So I can't remember exactly the number of chapters.
I did like one thing about this game that I guess is the driving force behind it. You have to play with someone.
Right.
You cannot
You have
play
to.
this game alone. What I love about this idea is it's almost like the proper way to do couch co-op.
Yeah.
Like you've never had like a 3D game in this manner
Right.
to do couch co-op. It's usually a style of game in that regard. You'd have to do it alone.
It works so good too.
Yeah, and none of it ever feels out of place.
Right.
It's like, you need to have 2 people doing this. Like if you're trying to escape the cops, you got one person driving, one person shooting.
Yeah.
You're trying to get out of the prison. You got, you both got to get out. So
That
you've got to
was
figure
just-
that out.
That was hard to do. That you climb up that that shaft, and you're back to back, and you got to hit
Batman and
L2 R2 L2 R2. Both of you do it in sequence to get up the wall. Dude, we made it on our first try, but it got to the point like we were going up it, and I was like, "Oh, we got this. We're doing good."
Yeah.
And boom, somebody messed up, and then it just got so threw off, and you could never get back to going the right way.
Yeah, it was a good, clever way to do it to show teamwork. And a lot of the games that they had on there, I liked. The one thing I really enjoyed the most was just the side. I wouldn't even call them side mission stuff. Just side stuff. Like you could come across. It was a farmhouse that you come to. You approach it however you want, and then there was a piano and a guitar you could sit there and pick on. No, it was a banjo.
Yeah, banjo and a piano.
Yeah, and you could sit there and play music together if you wanted to, but it was something to where it wasn't like, hey, you have to, get out of here right now. You can mess around and take a look around.
Did you play the video game?
No.
There was a
Wait. Yeah, where it was like Pong.
yeah,
Kinda.
you threw the ball over. It's
Yeah,
almost like
yeah, we
volleyball.
did do that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so there was that. I think there was a game of Connect 4 I missed somewhere because I remembered it after the fact. And I was like, I never did that.
Oh, I gotta go back and try.
I think
that.
it was probably in maybe the prison section. I don't know. I don't know it for sure. But I remember it being like I saw something I think today that showed it, and I was like, I never did that. So, but make sure that if you're playing, no offense to who my 2-player was, find someone who's going to actually, work with you. Like if you want to explore, you want to do stuff. That's what I like doing in games. I want to see what's around me. Unless it's a 2D platformer where I only have one direction to go, fine, I'll go that direction. But if I've got a 3D world to look at, I'm going to explore. I can't help it. It's just in my nature. I want to look around, see if I'm missing anything, see if there's anything around that I can get. So find someone who's going to do the same.
I played with. This is terrible. I played with my little girl.
Yeah.
That's the only person I had to play with because my internet is so bad.
And I am curious how the experience would be online.
Yeah.
Because it seems like it's better communication with someone in the room. You know, online you could break up. Maybe there's a delay when you're saying like, "Hey, do this," and it's too late.
Well, you know what the thing is, you don't have to tell them do this.
That's true.
It was almost like each one of you had your separate. You're working together to get one big thing, but you had your separate, missions that you were both doing. And I thought that was unique too.
I mean, I feel like there was a time or two where I had to communicate a little bit, but
the shooting and the driving and stuff.
Yeah.
There's those moments and stuff like that.
But beyond that, so I mean, I could be wrong. You probably could hook up with someone online and not even matter.
What I liked about it was they didn't even have to have the game.
That's true. Yeah,
That was
They'll give you that code.
Yeah, they give you the code.
Now, is that a
download-
one-time use thing?
I don't know.
Like
I
if
wondered
you
about
have
that.
it, and then like say if you gave it to me and then I took it, and then maybe you want to try with someone else, would you still be able? Because I feel like that should be your code to give out for people. Like
think
I
it
couldn't
is.
use it. You know, if I wanted to go play with someone else, I couldn't use it, but you can continue to give that code to people. I think that's fair.
Yeah, I think it. I don't know. I haven't. Like I said, I didn't try it. I didn't read into it much. But I wonder if that is the case. It would be cool.
Yeah. That way you're not just limited to, well, I can only play with you since I gave you the code.
Right.
It should be your personal code you can give to whoever you want to play with whoever you want. It just doesn't give them access to the full game.
Right.
If you're not playing, they can't play.
Yeah.
So I think that would be a...
It was still some kind of app that you had to download.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, they've been doing a lot of apps here lately. Well, I say they, but I guess that was more EA and whatnot. I don't know. It really felt like a great co-op game. The story was really deep, which I liked.
Yeah, that was the best part about it. They got the co-op part right, and they got the split screen right too. Because I can't play split screen; it gives me a headache. But this, I never paid one attention to. I was always on the right.
Yeah.
I never paid attention to the left at all. It just worked so good.
Yeah.
And like you said, the story was just, to me, is one of the pluses because it kept you guessing. You kind of knew where you were kind of going, but then, boom, they hit you with that big twist at the end, and really just, you're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. And as we said, spoilers, the twist at the end. I was glad that we did two different things because I was curious. I was like, well, how's this going to play out?
Right.
Am I going to get her? Is she going to get me? Talking about my wife playing with me, but, you know, which character is going to get it? And I was just like, well, I'm going to pull back just a little bit because I want to see how this goes.
Yeah. Did you tell her?
No. If she's not listening to this, she never listens to my show. And if she does, she'll hit me. Anyway, no, I'll let her win so I could get see what happens in that direction. And then that's when I asked you. I was like, "Who did you do?" Because I was fingers crossed that you got out.
Yeah, I didn't take it easy on Peyton. I
didn't think I was trying to put myself in your shoes. I was like, he probably just blew her straight to hell.
She
Didn't give a
hit me
damn.
once, but I was gonna if we were gonna do it, I was gonna let her win the next time.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I'm gonna go ahead and get this one out of the way.
Yeah.
So
So I made the right choice. So either way, it seems like one of them's going to die. So there's no way of saving either one of them, which kind
But I
of
wonder if
sucks.
there is.
But still, yeah. I mean, if there is, cool. I'd love to see a third ending. But with Vincent, if Vincent wins, I'll kind of explain. So what happens is, Leo is killed. Vincent goes to see Leo's wife and son and tell them the news, and of course, his wife kicks him out. So I get the hell out of here.
When you killed Leo,
Yeah.
what was that like? Was there an exchange there between the two? Because I kind of felt like with Vincent, you almost felt like, okay, they did form some kind of bond, and they both kind of felt it. Was there that kind of moment with Vincent winning?
I mean, he seemed like he didn't want to do it. And I even feel like as soon as you grab the gun, you're not given a choice not to shoot him.
Right.
You have to do it. So I just felt like, there was that moment. It was like, you don't have to do this. And then when he does it, they just kind of stare down at one another. If there was a conversation, I don't remember it.
Right.
Because I feel like it would have stuck with me.
Right.
But they just kind of looked at each other like, shit, this is it. This is how it's going to be. So no, in that regard, I guess there wasn't really anything that stood out as like, yeah, we had something here. This is good, but now it's all ruined. And even when it was all over with, you're sitting there thinking, this could have been handled so much differently. He could have pulled him to the side at some point.
That's what I thought.
And just said, look, man, I'm going to level with you. This is who I am. This is what's going on. We need to get you out of here before we get back.
Right.
Because you've helped me. Because were they not... I never felt like at any point there was any reason to kill Leo. Or for Leo to kill Vincent.
Right.
Now, granted, I feel like Leo had more of a reason to kill Vincent, in all honesty, because there was that sense of betrayal.
Right.
So if anyone had a reason, it was him.
Yeah, that's how I felt.
So, and again, not saying it's right, but there could have been a conversation to be like, look, dude, this was not what I meant to do. You helped me take care of what I needed to do. This settled your business as well. Let's find a way to cut things and make it even.
Right.
Because Leo had absolutely nothing to do with his brother getting shot.
Right, he did.
At all.
Not at all.
So I feel like he was unjustly ruined, pretty much.
Yeah.
Granted, he was part of a little criminal activity, but he had jack shit to do with his brother getting killed. I feel like his rap was a lot higher than it needed to be.
Well, I think that it also says that Vincent is not much different from Leo, that he will do whatever he has to do to get what he wants to, in a way, because he was so just... His brother gets killed and he just wants revenge immediately. He probably went right then, put me undercover, put me in the jail cell with him.
Yeah, and he practically did.
Yeah.
So
he wasn't thinking about anything like that. He didn't expect. Neither one of them expected it. But I still feel the same way that you do. Like Leo, to me, was more of the hero.
Yeah.
Or the good guy, I guess.
Yeah, because he, despite the situation he was in, I don't feel like he did much wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, after Leo's wife kicks him out, he goes back to his wife and kind of trying to patch things up. And then they kind of cut back to Leo's wife standing over his grave. And then that's kind of where it ends. So
Right.
it was a sad ending, and I hated the way it went down. Now, what was Leo's ending?
In Leo's ending, you're both kind of standing over each other. And if I remember right, he says something like, "I trusted you," And Vincent says something and pretty much pulls the letter out of his pocket that Leo had suggested that he write.
Right.
Did it happen like that in
Yeah.
yours too? Right.
Mhm.
Okay.
Like, write her a letter.
Write her a letter to kind of patch things up. So Leo kind of looks at him and understands, takes the letter. That's where I kind of felt like he did, even though he was going to kill him right then, that he really thought of him as a friend at one time. Took the letter, then you kill him. And then it shows you, I guess a few months later or a year later or something like it, because Leo's got a big beard and everything, and he's standing outside. No, actually, I think they do the funeral scene first. It's Vincent's funeral. And then it's later on after that. You're standing outside his house, and you go and put the letter on the porch, and you ring the doorbell and walk off. And it just says, the letter says something like, "I'm sorry, I was more in love with the job than I was you, and I'm going to make it up to you. I'm going to be a better husband for you and for our daughter," or I think it was his daughter. And just pretty much acting like he was still alive, even though she knew he wasn't. And then it cuts back to Leo going back to his family, who looks like they were in a motel just kind of waiting. And I'm guessing they were just leaving town. They were trying to get out of the States. They're going to start their life together somewhere else, since he's still wanted pretty much.
Yeah.
But I guess the last thing it showed was Vincent's wife kind of holding their baby at the window. I don't know. Kind of, I don't know what she's doing, but that's the last scene. But it was I don't know. It was different enough. It was an old, to me, it was like, I like to call them old school endings.
Yeah.
Like it actually had finished your story in the cutscene, where now it's just like, there's not been many of those lately, I feel like.
I mean, the game had a very cinematic feel. If this would have been made into a movie, it wouldn't have... You wouldn't have missed a beat.
Yeah. No,
but I feel like at the same time, maybe that plot twist is so generic.
Well, you can make a different story. Just have the same
Yeah.
I don't know. How do you have what plot twist could you have other than that if you're escaping prison together?
I don't know. I
Maybe
really don't.
he's your brother's killer.
Yeah, but even that he should know.
Yeah, but maybe he didn't know.
Yeah.
Maybe he's not really a cop.
I mean, I guess, I mean, you're absolutely right. I should have expected that ending.
Well, I thought it was the pilot.
Yeah, and as the farther in it went, I was like, she's up to something. There's something
Yeah.
going on here. I don't know what it is, but I'm uneasy about it.
Never once did I think it was Vincent, though.
No,
Never
and
once.
I think that's probably what they did is they created this trust between characters so well that you just buy into it and you're like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
because you're playing him. Somebody's
Yeah.
playing him, so you're just like, yeah, it's all right.
It was great game. I can't remember the studio that did it. Do you remember?
No.
No, I remember seeing the guy at I guess it was announced last year at the EA Originals part of their conference at E3.
Yeah.
And immediately I was like, I want that game.
I mean, the concept alone was good, and the execution was good. This could have gone bad real quick.
Oh yeah,
But they did.
Terrible.
They did a great job at execution. The story's great, music's great, graphics are great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an all-around fun game. You just have to have two people to do it. So
Yeah, and
I
it's
hate
not extremely long.
no
6 hours and you're done. Give or
ballpark.
take.
Yeah. So I would hate if somebody out there doesn't have a friend to actually play this with, because it is a fun game. I would recommend it for anybody looking to do 2-player co-op, because that's one of the things that my wife's always complaining about. We don't ever have a game to play together.
And then she didn't want to play with you for a couple days. Did you?
Well, she wanted to play it. It was just that whole, when it got to driving and shooting, one of the primary aspects of the game, I'm no good. And it was like, well, you're going to have to get good because I can't do it. I got my own problems over here.
We just swapped controllers. My little girl Peyton was like,
Well, it was
"Daddy,
one of the
let
others.
me shoot, you drive," and I drove, and she said, "Oh, the shooting's so much easier."
So I would recommend it. I hope if you get a chance, you get an opportunity to get it, do it.
$29 brand new.
And that's a good price for this type of game.
Yeah, man, it's another just great story-driven game. It's the gameplay's fun too.
Sure.
It's real good like action. I don't know. It's an awesome game.
I didn't feel like, I'm sure there are flaws in there somewhere, but right off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you what.
No.
Right offhand.
I mean, there was some. I wouldn't give it a perfect score. Sometimes the controls were clunky, but that was it. And I can understand it's because it's like that in any game like
driving mainly would be one of those points where it get a
terrible.
little. No, but it could be a little slippery.
Yeah.
Not much, but
not much.
Could be.
There was no. I guess you really couldn't mess it up.
Right.
It is. That was the thing that I noticed. Like, it was not hard for me at all because I'm used to driving games and driving like another, like Grand Theft Auto or something. So this one had like it was very easy to drive. Mm-hmm. And I know what you're talking about when you say it's slippery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, recommend?
Oh, thumbs up. Thumbs and like I would put like a foot in there with it.
Okay.
Like 2 thumbs and a foot.
2 thumbs and a foot.
Yeah.
Way the hell on up there.
Yeah, it's good. It makes me excited for Sea of Solitude because that was the next EA original that they promoted. If they believe in this game like they believe in that game, then that's going to be a good game.
So is EA Originals, is that like a whole nother segment of that company? Because they seem to be doing good while the rest of the company seems to be just tanking.
Well, the way it is I think EA just publishes those games. From what I understand, they give 100% of the money.
Yeah, we did talk about
back to that group.
So if that's all it really comes down to, EA really doesn't have a hand in it. They're just like, make your game and we'll you'll get everything back from it.
Right.
Then there's no way they can screw it up because it's not them doing it.
Yeah, as long as they keep doing that, they'll keep putting out good games.
So, and we still had what was it, Unravel 2, which I'd still love to play.
Yeah, like that one was that an EA original or was that more?
Because Unravel was, and then they just released that sequel.
Yeah, that was. I haven't played part 2 yet.
I haven't either. I want to try it.
I do too.
All right, well that's the show.
That's it.
Thank you for to all of our listeners for listening, and all of our patrons. All of your support is appreciated, and it gives us a desire to keep making content. If you're interested in supporting the show, go to patreon.com/Pencil and Paper Productions or pencilandpaperproductions.podbean.com. Click Become a Patron at the top right-hand corner. Regardless of which way you want to do it, we will be eternally grateful. You can also, if you have something you want to talk to us about, discuss with us, or just say hi, you can drop us a line at supermegacrash@gmail.com. Hit us up on Twitter at SuperMegaCrash. Tell us what you want us to talk about. Give us some game news, anything. Or listen to this show and other shows like it, like Fandom Ultra 2000 on the Pencil and Paper Podcast Network, found on iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean, and wherever you listen to your podcasts. Thank you so much for listening. I am Stephen White.
Todd Stark.
Join us again next time, Super Mega Crash siblings. But until then, game on!
This has been a Pencil and Paper Podcast Network production.